Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first video that you're seeing from my channel, thank you for visiting. I hope you subscribe and I hope you stay. So I thought about my name, my YouTube channel name, which is Anamar is Reading. Anamar is my first name. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna do this thing every video where I'm like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anamar and Anamar is reading, and then it's backwards, and then I show you the book that I'm reading. Alright, so let's start this again. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anamar and Anamar is reading You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Anyway, but for this video, I'm gonna be talking about the books that I read in the month of May and what I look forward to reading in the month of June. So this would be like a wrap-up slash TBR. To be completely honest, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing these all the time. If you happen to watch my April wrap-up slash May TBR video, I showed 5 books that I was gonna be reading. More like 4 books, but I did not complete that goal. I don't care, like I'm not upset about it. I knew it was most likely not gonna happen because I did go back to school recently and I have to do that, and then life is just chaotic, you know. I'm still gonna do like a TBR, but not necessarily like, all right, like I'm gonna be reading all these books this month, like, because that's just like, okay, I'm gonna say, okay, I don't want to put out that I'm gonna read these books and then you come back the next month wanting to see, like, wanting to hear my thoughts about that book, and then I didn't read it, and I don't want to disappoint. So I think I might just stick to wrap-up videos and not so much TBRs. However, I still want to do like at least one TBR book because I think it's fun, like the whole spontaneous, like especially with my TBR jar, that if you don't know, I did make like a TBR jar and I put every single book that I put in here are books that I own that I haven't read. So yeah, and yeah, it's just fun, like picking out a little paper and like, oh, what am I gonna read? Yeah. I'm just gonna shut up about that and just dive into the video, and I'm gonna show you the books that I actually got to read. Anyway, so the one book that I did complete in the month of May is Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. This book it was easy to complete since it's very short. This is a sci-fi coming of age novella, and it follows the character of Binti. Oh god, she has a very long name. Let me like find it. I want to find it. I can't find her. Anyway, her first name is Binti, but she has a very long name. This follows her journey of her moving away from home, from her culture, her people, and going into the unknown. She gets admitted into this very prestigious university that it's actually a different planet, like a whole different planet. It's the university itself, and she lives on planet Earth. And she and when she got into this university, she's like so happy, except for her family. Her family don't agree with her leaving home. They say, no, you gotta stay with your people. No, the people out there, they don't understand us. They're gonna criticize you. They're gonna discriminate you. A lot of it, even though like this story is fiction, a lot of that it's reflected on real life problems. So she decides to move away. She doesn't say goodbye to her family because she knew that they would try to stop her. So she decides to leave. She gets on a ship, on a spaceship, to go to this other planet for the university. And there she meets so many other students that are also going to the university. There's a lot of diversity in that group. However, she still feels like an outcast. Like she can still feel that people are judging her. She can feel the stares of like, oh, like, because her people are the Himba people, and her people are very to their own. They never leave their culture, they never leave their town, they live in the desert, they never go out of their little circle. So this is like her like breaking that rule, or not like a rule, breaking out of that. And on her way to the university, since it's such a short novel, like I don't want to say too much. What I am gonna say is that on her way to the university, she is faced with a major obstacle. She left her home for the stars, but found more adventure than she bargained for. A tense and intimate coming-of-age story in space. If this were like a whole, like full-on book series, I would definitely read it, because just the world, it'd be interesting to know, like, okay, what are all these other life forms that there exist? Because it's not just humans, like there's students there that are other beings, there's other beings, there's other organisms, other living things that aren't humans, but they all like can go to the same university. They all have that intelligence. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read another short story from Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robin Wasserman. So if you're not aware, like I am a huge Shadowhunter Chronicles fan. I'm trash for it, and my goal is to take my time reading this because it's a lot of short stories and I just want to savor each one. So I'm like doing like 1 or 2 short stories per month. The one I read in the month of May is called Learn About Loss. Like it's like near impossible to talk about this book without spoiling, but if you're somebody that has read this or has read that story, Learn About Loss, I want to talk about it briefly. So if you don't want to know, just mute the video and then unmute when I tell you to in the screen. Short story was so different, like the whole vibe. This is the one where Jem, or Brother Zachariah, goes to Tennessee. Was it Tennessee or Louisiana? I don't remember. I think it was Tennessee, because there's this whole like creepy like shadow market going on, but it's like kind of like a carnival type feel. Like, I don't know, but this story gave me American Horror Story vibes. Like, am I the only one? It was very different because there is a certain mood and certain vibe that I get when I'm reading these books, but the feel in this story alone was so different, but it was really, really nice. I really liked it. Anyway, I was freaking out. Sister Emilia tells Jem that she hopes that one day one of her creations, or like, because she's going to the Citadel, she hopes that one day like one of her creations is able to help Jem. And oh my god, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but I'm just gonna believe it is. I'm just going to believe that Sister Emilia is the one that created the glorious sword, and it was the sword that had the heavenly fire that went into Jace and then went into Jem and cured him. Like, oh my god, when I read that I was like anyway, okay, so the other book that I wanted to read in the month of May that I did not get to finish, but I am currently reading, is of course You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero, Master the Mind of Wealth. Let me tell you, I am hooked on this book. Like, I just started it last week. I'm this far in. Like, these are all the tabs that I have because I'm resonating so much with it. I'm just like upset that I didn't read this book sooner. Like, I've had it for so long and I'm just like, why the fuck am I just reading this book? Like, this is the type of book that I needed to read like 2 years ago. But it's okay. It's okay. It was not the time, and now is the time. She's pretty much putting out the message that becoming rich and being wealthy and like having a lot of money is necessary, and it's not a bad thing. Her mindset about money was just, oh, money is bad, like I can't have this much money because I will turn into a bad person. She analyzes this idea like, if you have a lot of money, it's like, oh, you can't be a good person if you have money. And like, she breaks it down, and it's fucking stupid. Like, I'm gonna read some of the stuff that I tabbed, because let me tell you, like, this woman, oh my god, she's spitting out facts. She says, money, it's about creating wealth that affords you the life that you'd love to live, instead of settling for what you think you can get. You, just like all living things, are meant to take up space on this planet. Shrinking back and denying yourself the things that bring you great joy, living under a cloud of guilt, refusing to make an impact ain't what you're here. The earth is not here for us to pillage, but it is here for us to enjoy, care for, and appreciate. You living your fullest life and making all the money required to do so doesn't take anything away from anyone else any more than you refusing a ham sandwich because someone somewhere is starving helps them. And this is, oh my god, this is so true. It's like there's this notion, there's this like belief that, oh, if you make so much money, or not even if you make so much money, but say that you go out and you splurge on something, society and people are gonna tell you you're out here spending all this money on this stuff, but your cousins don't have fucking shoes to wear. Like, that is not your fault. And this is something that I used to think about. Like, I would see these rich, like filthy rich people, for example the Kardashians, like you see them, like they're rolling in money, like everything, and people look at them and they judge them like, oh my god, they're spending so much money on all these things, but there's people starving in the world. The fact that somebody is rich and is able to afford luxuries in their life that's gonna make them happy, or they're gifting luxuries that's gonna make someone happy, it's not gonna change the fact that governments are corrupt. It's not gonna change the fact that there are kids starving all over the world. It's not gonna change the fact that your cousin doesn't have shoes. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Well, that's one of the things that she talks about. And she also talks about following your passion and like realizing that you should be making the money that you desire. And she teaches you how to do it. I'm so excited to continue reading this book. Like I'm probably gonna finish it in the next 2 days, because that is how hooked I am in it. And it's funny too. Like, she's very funny, very witty. Anyway, so that is all that I got to read in the month of May. So for the month of June, of course, I'm gonna be finishing this. And since I'm so hooked with this novel, I definitely want to pick up her other novel called Badass Habits. I'm going to read 2 more short stories. And now for fun, I'm gonna pick one book from the TBR jar. Read a nonfiction book. Bruh. Read a nonfiction book. I don't just want to read nonfiction this month. Like, I actually want to get to read some fiction. If I get a nonfiction, I'm just gonna pick a book at random. And of course, I got a nonfiction book. This is what I get for having so much nonfiction books. Okay. Next. No way, I got Badass Habits. Okay, you know what? I think this is a sign that I should just stick to those 2 books. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with these 2 books. If I decide to read something else, I'll share it with you in the June wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed watching this video of me. If you're interested in seeing more of my content, definitely subscribe, like, and comment down below. If you've read any of these books, let me know. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you have an amazing reading month and that you accomplish all your reading goals. And remember, if you don't beat yourself up over it, because the point of reading is to have fun and to read. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.